mission of the Shining Stars Foundation is to provide sport and recreational programs for children with cancer and life-threatening diseases at no cost to the child and their family. And we formed the Shining Stars Foundation to meet the needs of children with cancer through adaptive skiing was our first goal in this program. And doing this one program in the winter led to us forming a year-round foundation that now we service summer needs, winter needs, fall needs. We do programs every single month for kids.
Throughout the year, we probably interact with 3,000 family members and maybe 500 children.
The largest event we do in Aspen is our National Aspen Winter Games Week. We've been coming here for over 20 years thanks to the Aspen Ski Company to put on this event. We bring 50 or 60 kids alone, no parents to Aspen, with a medical support team, a full staff to take care of the kids during the week. And this week is filled with activities, everything from skiing and snowboarding to snowmobiling to bingo parties to disco parties to pool parties to Star Bar parties. You name it, we do it with these kids. In addition, we do a summer event, and we're doing everything from rafting to horseback riding to fishing to swimming.
We like to provide primarily recreational events to kids with cancer that challenge them and allow them to grow and to develop a social network. So to do that, we like to involve children who are quite sick. And if we can give a sick child something to look forward to, that's really doing something for that child and that family.
And when we get them, they're quite ill. But I can tell you, the illness goes away. And the second day they're here, if they're wearing a wig, the wig comes off. They go out, they get a tan, and they make a lot of social contacts. And these social contacts last for a lifetime. It really helps them in understanding that other kids have similar problems as they do.
Coming to a camp like this with other kids that have had cancer is really important because we get to talk to each other about it and just see what other kids have went through and compare it to each other to see if, oh, this was really bad, or that was really good for me, or that was really bad for me, and that was really good for me.
It feels good to be around people that I can relate to, because I'm not around people I can relate to every day. And here, you could just take off your wig if you have one, and you feel like nobody's going to judge you because they went through the same thing than being at home. People stare at you and question you and label you as you're like a disease or something. And
what we hope to achieve when children and families attend our events is a group of goals. And to put things into perspective, if you can imagine a sick child, 4, 5, 6-year-old, in the hospital for 3.5 months, the doctors are telling the child what to do, which day they get a scan, which day they have surgery, have a blood test. The parents are telling the kids how they have to behave. The nurses are telling the kids where they have to go and what their daily schedule is. So really the kids lose control of their life. They really feel almost like a non-entity. So what we like to do is teach the kids in a way that they really believe that they can take control of their life in a way that's meaningful and fun.
It gave me freedom. If anything, it gave me freedom from, seeing like a needle in front of me and going, oh my gosh, that's going in me, and it's gonna make you feel alive. It's gonna make you come back to your normal self, and you can be however you want without somebody judging you.
For 1 week of his life, he got to feel like a normal kid. He got to feel like taking the medicine he was taking, having some of the side effects that he had. He wasn't unusual. He didn't stand out like he did from his classmates. In fact, he was a normal kid, and everyone else had the same situation and the same issues that he had. So it really gave him a week of just being a normal child.
The thing that really keeps me going year after year after year is the energy and the will to live, the courage and the hope of the kids. It's really interesting because they'll come to one of our events for example, our Aspen event, they'll look up the hill and they say, I ain't skiing down that mountain. We get them to come down once and they say, hey, that was great, let's do it again. And what's wonderful is by challenging them physically, but in a way that they can succeed, we hope that they carry that approach over to their cancer and life in general. And when we see that happening, everything we do becomes worthwhile.
And never stop believing that there's hope for your future. And that's the most important gift we have, is hope for any of us. And to give that gift to these kids and their parents is why we're all here and why we work so hard for what we do.
The Shining Stars family is really a big family. Once you become part of it, you're really taken in, and the parents that are involved and the volunteers that are involved really understand what the kids have been through and what the parents have been through. And it's a really, really huge support network that you don't really realize until after you're involved in it.
Well, it's important to me to meet kids who have been through what I have been through, because that makes me not feel so left out.